You know what I wanted to be when I was growing up? An astronaut.
Oh. I'll tell anybody in the world I've never had a bad day in an airplane.
The girl in front, the bouncer, was this hot chick with a, guess what that animal was? A leopard.
Count Black, he's a South African guy. It's not gonna be good.
Yeah, we tell it as it is. And we name and shame the assholes sometimes.
You know, I'll carry the day, right?
Right, welcome back. We're back on my program, and I've got a really special guest here today. I've flown with him for quite a while. We've done some adventures together, and he's a renowned pilot. Well, in my opinion, one of the most experienced, amazing, hotshot pilots that I've ever had to deal with and flown with, etc. And that's not to say that the other guys were shit, but you know, yeah, we talk about epic shit, and we want to get some stories. And I want to welcome Basham Johnson here today, who is a really special friend of mine, absolutely a brother from another mother. I mean, mate, I regard you as my brother, man. I've been wanting to have you on this program since I started, and I thought I got to get Basham on this program one of these days. Welcome, Basham, to the program, and maybe you'd like to just introduce yourself.
All right, thanks, Pete. I mean, again, amazing to be here, amazing to be with you. I mean, you know, the love that you've shown me is the same. You know, we've since the day we met, we got on like a house on fire, and you know, I just can't say enough about how special of an individual you are to me. That time in my life will always be a special time. And I mean, you know, I love you, man. Like, I mean, and I really
love you
really
too, my brother. Yeah.
So, Basham Johnson. Let's see, I've been flying for about 32 years. I mean, this is the only real job I think I've ever had, you know, and it's the only thing I've ever wanted to do. Since I was about 8 years old, I wanted to be a pilot. So,
you know what I wanted to be when I was growing up? An astronaut.
Oh, okay.
But quickly learned that wasn't possible for us poor South Africans.
I was going to say, the South African space program was not extensive, was it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I used to cut my hair short like they did too, little brush cuts.
Yeah, okay.
Hair on the top. And,
right on.
And my dad, you know, what do you want to be one day, son? I want to be an astronaut. Well, just try and choose another program, okay? Because... yeah, it's not possible. It's only happening in the US. You know, they were busy with going to the moon and stuff like that at the time. And I thought, damn, that'd be good. Yeah. So, yeah, a little bit of your background. And so you've been flying for 32 years, you said, and quite a bunch of aircraft as well. Yeah. Maybe you can just tell us about all the aircraft that you qualified on at the moment.
Oh, well, you know, currently I think I have 13 type ratings. Which, you know, I think really what that means, I'm really good at training. I've trained a lot of aircraft. Everything from the Boeing 747-400 all the way down to, you know, Citation 500 series. So I'm typed in the Boeing 747-400, the MD-11, 767, 75, 757 series. Let's see, the G4, Falcon 2000.
Okay, you know, we don't use codes. Like, you know, for our listeners, a G4 is a Gulfstream
4.
Gulfstream 4. In the series, you know, they started off with a Gulfstream 1, which had propellers.
Right.
And then the Gulfstream 2, they started with the jets from there onwards. And then 2, the 3, the 4, the 5. And then they started with the 350s and the 450s and the 550s and 650s, 600, I think it's 500 as well, and now there's a 700. But these are the most advanced non-military jets in the world.
They are. You know, it's funny, like, you know, I fly Boeing around. See, I'm a Boeing 767 captain these days for FedEx, right?
Right.
And that stuff is so antiquated relative to what's in these high-powered biz jets. I mean, you know, I mean, you've got synthetic vision. You know, you've got EVAS. You've got. I mean, they're putting auto.
What is EVAS? Just for those who don't know.
Enhanced vision, right?
System, which is basically works on a heat signature.
Yes,
infrared.
Yes.
Little camera is submerged in liquid nitrogen.
Yes.
Up in the nose, and that sort of picks up all heat signatures, and then you get the synthetic vision, which is basically beamed down satellite information, beamed down on terrain information, which has been scanned in. These guys with their WizKid computers, but that made life for us really simple.
I mean, it really has simplified aviation. I mean, you think about kind of how these guys back in the day were flying around and, with, a six-pack, in the Himalayas, just, doing it all just, intuitively. Now we've got our situational awareness has gone.
It's incredible.
It's incredible. So, I mean, again, moving from business jets back into kind of commercial airliners, you kind of feel back, like you're stepping back in time, with the kind of everything is relatively rudimentary, So yeah, I mean, G4,
Gulfstream 4,
Gulfstream 4, the Falcon 2000. So
has the Falcon 2000 got 3 engines or 2?
The Falcon 2000 is the 2-engine jet. It's a super mid-sized jet.
Yeah.
The Falcon 900, it's a 3-engine version.
Okay.
And that's where you and I first flew together, right? You came out. We can tell that story because I think it's a great story. Meeting you was.
We'll get to that story. Okay.
So the Dornier 328. I was a commuter pilot for a few years, flying passengers. Dornier 328's a 32-passenger turboprop. At the time, it was probably the fastest turboprop there was in the commuter world, regional airline world. I'm type rated on the Gulfstream 200, the Gulfstream 280, the Gulfstream 150. So those are, if you kind of look at the Gulfstream 400, the 450, the 500, those are the really big international cabin class.
Intercontinental,
right? Yeah. The G200, G280 is more mid-sized, transcontinental stuff, 2,800 miles or less, So all those, and every citation series of jet except for the 10 and the CJ and the Mustang, all the other citations. So, and interestingly, these days, I'm also flying a Piaggio P180. So that's that Italian pusher airplane with the front wing. It's a really.
When you say a pusher, the propeller sits at the back, right?
That's right.
Very interesting.
It's the fastest commercially produced turboprop. I mean, it'll cruise at 390 knots.
You're joking.
On 105 gallons an hour, 41,000 feet. I mean, it's a pretty It's a pretty impressive piece of kit.
That's amazing.
The Italians built good cars. Maybe not as good as the Germans, but the Italians
built
good
cars.
Yes, and good airplanes.
Wait. What are you talking about? Ferraris now?
Yeah, right. Ferrari.
Oh, come on, man. I mean, what's happening in the Formula One, and I mean, they're really battling. I mean, it's all about the driver seems to be in Formula One, but I must admit, they maybe need to change their drivers a little bit lately. But having said that, I think Lewis Hamilton, I think he's at the end of the road, actually. I think his spirit was bust when he lost his final 8th World Championship against Max Verstappen. A lot of controversy about that he never really came back from that.
I think it was one of the Kardashians. Wasn't he dating one of the Kardashians?
He's at the moment, I believe. Yeah.
That's been the downfall of many a man.
It is, to when you reach rock bottom and you now want to get your status back up there again, you take one of these world famous, beautiful women on board and hope that gets your image up.
Get your little cash.
But, he's a colorful character, Lewis Hamilton. But getting back to why do we get so distracted here? Damn, it's the damn woman, the Kardashians, that gets us off track.
Yeah, yeah.
What did we compare were we comparing the Piaggio to the Kardashians?
I believe we were comparing the. So Piaggio is made by the Italians.
Yeah, we're getting onto Ferrari and that. Yeah,
Ferrari. And I think one of the Ferrari family members briefly owned that company before they went into receivership.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think the airplane has been lightly in production. The Italian government picked it up, and now there's a Turkish company called Baykar that has taken over production of the airplane, and they're going to try to bring it back out. But it really is an impressive piece of machinery. The cabin size is bigger than just about any other light jet that there is out there. It's super quiet outside the airplane.
I can imagine with the engine sitting at the back.
Yes, inside the airplane. I mean, it's really, really quiet. The cabin cross section is really big. You got a stand-up lavatory. It's single pilot, right? So you only need one pilot to fly it. Yeah.
What's the weight?
Just under 12,000 pounds. So
damn, single pilot. In Part 91, I would imagine.
Part 91, yes.
Commercial Part 135, they'd need another guy on the right-hand seat. Okay.
Indeed.
Okay.
But it's a really, really, really fun piece of fun airplane. So I mean, of all those airplanes that I've kind of named, and again, I've flown just about everything else in between, from single engines, Cessnas, Pipers. I mean, I love flying. I've been doing it for a really long time. I'll tell anybody in the world I've never had a bad day in an airplane. I just love doing it.
Yeah.
Airplane goes by, I'm always looking to the sky. I mean, I truly love aviation, and I love flying.
Yeah, and when I met you, that came through really loud and strong, and because there's a lot of pilots out there that really moan and groan, man, and they're out there, they know who they are, and of course they'll probably have a little chirp to say, but you know what? Yeah, we tell it as it is, and we name and shame the assholes sometimes, but. Yeah, we'll keep that out of the formula right now. But the beauty is that I've kind of like semi-retired from flying. I can shoot my mouth because they're far and widely spread and they can't find me. But I've had nothing but great experiences. And okay, so you've got a great range of planes. You a flight instructor as well, I see.
Yes. Yes, CFI, II, MEI. So all civilian. A lot of pilots went the military route, but I did it all civilian wise. So just kind of got my private pilot's license, then worked on my instrument commercial multi-engine, then went out and got my CFI, started flight instructing, got my instrument rating or instrument instructor rating, multi-engine instructor, on and on and on, and just kind of worked my way up the ranks. But I've had a really, really varied and privileged career. I mean, for American pilots, most of their flying is very, very kind of in a really small sphere of what they do. They're in the military, right? They'll get out of the military, they'll go work for an airline, and it's going to be back and forth between Atlanta and Wichita, right? It can be pretty boring.
Yeah.
And even if you kind of transition into the international stuff, it's really relative to what you and I did, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very, very pre-planned, kind of canned atmosphere.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're doing what we're doing, it's like, where are we going today, boss? Right?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we're going to go to Habarovsk today. And then, or we're going to Harare, or we're going to Lagos, or we're going to Beirut. Right after Israel has conducted a bombing campaign, we're rolling in there 2 days later.
The beauty about corporate aviation is you go somewhere different almost every single flight, and whereas the airlines, or maybe even FedEx or what, you're running a particular route.
Yeah, it's the same 25, 50 airports, right? It's the same.
The same, and that's I just love corporate aviation. I never really got around. I never believed in I grew up first as an engineer, and then got into flying.
Chemical engineer, right?
Yeah. chemical engineering.
I remember that.
Specializing in combustion cryogenic engineering, which is super hot and super cold applications. And I was just doing my PPL then because I had to wait a long time before I could afford to do it.
Yeah.
So I think I was 28 years old before I started my PPL.
Okay.
Got my commercial license at age 30. And so, yeah, that, and then slowly, as soon as I got my commercial license, I got, out of the blue, I got offered a job I got kicked out of my office, basically. I had a couple of people working for me, and one was a sales engineer who was a retired British Airways captain and who was medically grounded. And so he landed up on my doorstep as looking for a job as a sales. I was advertising for a sales engineer. You got to go and sell the technical applications out there in the gas industry. And like when he picked up that I was doing my commercial license, and so he said, "What are you doing in this office? Get out there and go and fly, man. You're missing." I said, "Well, I'm trying. I'm just finishing off my commercial license. I'm doing everything part-time. And get out there, man." And as soon as I got my license, he kept saying to me, "Pete, with all due respect, there's a British Airways captain. I'm just some simple engineering R&D engineer. In the flying world, I'd look up to this guy. In my world, he was looking up to me, but he said, if you don't get out there now, I'm going to kick your bloody ass to get out of there. Okay, get out there. It's the most incredible job in the world." And anyway, that's what happened. I then came down a lot of levels in my sort of professional career, and then started as a junior pilot on a flying small little twins.
Okay.
A Cessna 210, a Seneca, twin engine Seneca with Robinson style conversion on it, because we go into the bush, man. And so that's where you really start cutting your teeth in the South African sort of entry level market. You go out and you get onto bush planes. There wasn't flying from town to town. There were airlines. So bush, as you know, in South Africa and Africa is the big thing. And of course, those days we were only doing Southern Africa. We were still under embargoes or whatever, the sanctions. Because of our apartheid story. And I'm sitting opposite.
Oh, that's got
the man.
Yeah, listen, that's got to go into our first meeting story.
Okay. Tell me. Okay,
yeah. So for the folks at home, I got contracted to fly for this particular individual. Can we share who that was, or should we keep that reserved?
No, we keep it.
Okay. So for this particular high net worth individual, and he'd had some real problems with his pilots before, and a couple of French pilots, and French are the culture of no, and American culture is the culture of, we'll try it. You know what I mean? We'll go let's get it done. That is just the culture that we did. So he brought me in, started flying for him. He's like, "Hey," he's like, "Hey, Bash, like to keep you around." I said, "Okay, yeah, that sounds great. I like flying for you." He's like, "We're going to bring this oak in to run the operation." He's a South African guy, and I'm thinking to myself, "Oh shit!" I'm thinking to myself, "Okay, I'm black. He's a South African guy. It's not gonna be good, right?" But I'm like, "All right, well, the boss likes me, so maybe that'll, I'll carry the day, right?" So, he's like, "Yeah, I want you to meet him. He's a great guy." I'm like, "All right, okay, boss. No problem." So I can't remember where we were in Moscow, and this was an operation that was based out of Moscow, and we were in.
Wait, so you were told there's this South African guy, who coming out of an apartheid country, arriving to take over the operation, and you sort of felt, oh my God, okay, here comes some coming out of the racist
Yes.
environment.
Yes. And this was a good gig, man. Like, this was a really good gig.
You don't want to lose this gig.
Yeah. And so the pucker factor in my asshole was like about really tight right there, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm gonna set you guys up to meet. And I think we met at Marriott Terraskaya in Moscow, I think.
Yeah, Marriott Slavanskaya.
Oh yeah, one of the big Marriotts there, right?
Yeah. And
you come in, and this is big, Afrikaans looking white guy, and I'm thinking, oh man, this is not. It's gonna be like, but you're black, And I'm just thinking to myself, okay, fine. And then you and I sat down, and within 5 minutes, you were like the older brother I wish I had. Like, I mean, it was like we got on like a house on fire. I mean, and that's not an experience that I've had with a lot of people. It was just, there was just something about your spirit, about kind of how you approached life, about who you were, that just, spoke to me. Like, it was kind of like we had, been friends in a former life or something like that. I mean, it was really, really that powerful. And, times working for you at that operation. I mean,
so what happened? Because you gotta sort of remind me about what happened there. I arrived. We got on like a house on fire. I had to, because my directive there was, before I took on that job, because I flew this individual around. I mean, he was one of the top scenic financial whiz kids in the world at the time, and he was managing a lot of the high net worth oligarchs and so on in Russia, and this operation was basically based in Moscow. Mm-hmm. At the time, it was operated by a management company in London, mm-hmm. Which belonged to a New Zealander. Mm-hmm. And flying a Falcon 2000, was it?
Falcon 900 EX.
Falcon 900 EX, which, for the folks out there, needed a 100-hour inspection every 100 hours, right?
Yes.
And because how I landed on getting this job is every now and then I'd be chartered to fly Gulfstream 550 with this gentleman, amazing guy, by the way, probably one of the nicest guys I've ever flown for.
I mean, super.
And, in the aviation business, for those guys out there, we don't, one of our primary functions is not to talk about our owners. We fly. We are their employees. We are there to do a job. Mm-hmm. They are there to make money. And they use an aircraft as a tool to make money. Mm-hmm.
It's a time machine.
It's a time machine,
yes.
For sure. So we don't talk about them. We carry their briefcase. We do whatever they tell us to do, and we go wherever they want us to go, and we make things happen. Mm-hmm. And I can remember, every now and then I landed up with him on charter, and then he would eventually, and of course him being a New Zealander and us being me South African, rugby was a big thing. Springboks versus the All Blacks. Mm-hmm. So we spoke rugby on every flight. And of course, he was a serious rugby supporter and a serious All Black supporter. And at the time, those are the two strongest teams in the world. And they still are, basically. Well, there's a lot happening now at the moment, but we're still rated number one. And then he called me back one day, and he said, "How do you do this?" I said, "Do what?" He says, "The worst part of my day is to know that I've got to fly in my own jet. Did you know that I've got my own jet?" "No, you've never told me that." "Yeah, I've got a Falcon 900 EX, and this damn thing, first of all, is in maintenance all the time." Because he's got a very, very high flying program. Mm-hmm. And I said, "Well, that's a bit odd, I mean, no, it's, every 100 hours this thing's got to go in for an inspection." Now, of course, as you know, Gulfstream doesn't. Gulfstream has what they call the MSP, continuous maintenance program, CMP, I beg your
CMP.
pardon, yeah. CMP program where you just do maintenance on the fly. And then, of course, you get your heavy maintenance moments where it goes in. But whereas the Falcon has to go in, and I mean, you know, I don't really know much about Falcons. All I know about Falcons, they live in the maintenance workshop. But I can't say that for the latest ones. They really got better and better and better. I mean, I think today they're very much out there. The French are going a long way to make that aircraft one of the best in the world. Well, and then they'll never get to a Gulfstream, but this is my opinion. My opinion. If you want a workhorse that you can turn the key every day, no matter where the hell you are, Gulfstream. Anyway, it's like a good old Rolex watch.
Savannah versus Le Bourget.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Americans versus the French.
Yeah.
Well, technology, look, they're both just as good. But where was I going with my story? Yeah, so he said,
how do you do this?
yeah, how do you do this? I said, do what? He said, you know, you meet every deadline. I always have very strict flight programs. I want to fly, do 2, 3, 4 legs a day. You know, I've got to be on time. I've got a time schedule. And my guys just fuck it up every time. I mean, he just says, you know, the guys are a little bit over duty time. He says, look, can you delay my flight by 2 hours, please? I've got a very important meeting here. And then I say, no, sorry. We're out of duty time. Call the ops. I think the ops were, you know, they were very strict. They were like, don't deal with a client. We only deal with them. It's like, so they were under this type of situation. And he says, but every time I tell you, change your time, do this, do that, you just do it. It's just done. And I said, but that's what we do. That's what I'm supposed to do. You know, I'm leading the operation. You know, I'm the lead on this operation. I'll make it happen. If I'm out of duty time, I don't bother you with it. I'll get other crew in. Come, guys. And we make a plan. And we sleep when we need to sleep. We don't sit in the pub. And whoops, we're out of time. So eventually he said to me, would you like to work for me, you know? And I said, well, I can't, because I'm operating this Gulfstream 550 and I get a base income for doing that, and then I run all the charter side of it and the leasing, etc. And of course, needless to say, I earn money doing that. So, you know, you can't hire me for the price of a normal pilot. And I'm running this operation very successfully. But tell me about your operation, which he told me. And I said, oh, man, you probably have one of the most suspect management companies. I'm not going to name them. But, you know, they traditionally have got a good name for issuing invoices. Aircraft, Falcon, not known for its reliability. Very maintenance at that time, very maintenance reliant compared, say, for example, to the Gulfstream. So I needed to say I was a Gulfstream guy. And you've told me about your crew. You've got a mix there that I can fix this operation for you over the phone. It's that easy. Which I said, you know, just give me a call. I'll tell you what to do. You know, tell me your flight regime, what you do, etc., which he did tell me. And I said, got the wrong aircraft, crew suspect. There's certain countries in this world where the crew is very, I'll probably
Difficult?
get shot down for this, but French crew, for example, you know, they stick to the rules. They got this tax issues, and we cannot do this. You speak to, blah, 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 blah. And that's just been my experience. Sorry, guys out there, but there's a couple of really good French guys out there. And sometimes there's individuals out there. And I said to him, management company is British. You've got British, French, and American pilots, and you've got a French aeroplane that needs heavy maintenance. And you have a massive flight schedule. He was doing 100 to 150 hours a month at the time.
Yeah.
You've got two guys. One's doing long-haul flights. One guy's doing sort of intermediate flights. And now you're sharing the plane, et cetera, et cetera. And anyway, with regards to this, I'll fix it over the phone for you. But eventually he invited me to the World Cup rugby final. He just called me, and I was running a Gulfstream 550 at the time.
Now, Pete, come on. Like, that's not typical, right? Like, that does not normally happen where the principal says, hey, my guy, a pilot, come, I mean, he was courting you pretty hard, right?
Yeah. But I wasn't interested in leaving because I was going to half my salary or take down to a third. And I had a lot of clients that I was flying around then and freelancing all over the place. And but out of the blue, he invites me to a pre-World Cup rugby soiree. He hired out the Royal Albert Museum, not the Royal Albert Hall, the museum. Calls me and says, what are you doing on this date? And I said, I'm probably going back to South Africa, And he says, would you like to come to a pre-World Cup rugby soiree in London? I said, hell yes. Absolutely. The All Blacks were absolutely tipped to win that World Cup. And the Springboks were there, but, what I love about our Springbok team, they work their way up, and on the day of the finals is when they peak. Mm-hmm. And it's all about peaking time. And anyway, so I went. He paid for the whole deal, sent me the airline tickets, got picked up at the airport. We all went in big black Mercedes-Benzes he invited 100 men, mates, colleagues, whatever they were. The last 5 World Cup rugby captains, the winning captains of the last 5, and they play every 4 years, 4 or 5 years. And this Royal Albert Museum, little quartet playing in there, black tie, we all arrived there. Everything was provided. And I was on the table with Jonah Loma and Francois Pinard. So Jonah Loma was like this superstar rugby guy. You remember him? Mm-hmm. Jonah Loma? Mm-hmm. I mean, that boy, he was a tank. He was a Sherman tank that could run 100 meters in 10 seconds flat. He was one of those guys. Mm-hmm. And Francois Pinard was, of course, the current World Cup, one of the 5 World Cup winning captains. And appropriate to have them on my table, etc. And then they spoke rugby, and we had this fantastic party. And then landed up in the hotel afterwards. It was just myself, Sean Fitzpatrick, Francois Pinard, because Sean Fitzpatrick had quite a big ding-dong with Francois Pinard. I think Francois Pinard knocked him out on the line. I mean, it's a rough game. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we were in the bar at 3:00 in the morning, and he said to me, Pete, I've got a similar party going on coming up, and I'd like you to come up and to Moscow and come and check out our operation and come and join that party as well. We were 100 guys. He said this was 1,500 people that are joining in this big do, but his little table, different location, was 30 people. And needless to say, I went. And I kept on thinking to myself, what's this guy up to?
He's trying to close this deal.
I am a simple pilot, and I'm mixing with all these seriously wealthy business people and superstar rugby players, etc., and then landed up in Moscow, did the wonderful dinner. I did take him. The Springboks did end up winning that final, that specific rugby match. And so when I got on the plane and I flew out there to him, I bought myself a Springbok scarf, put it in a box, wrapped a nice little ribbon around it. And when I arrived at the function in Moscow, I beat welcome, and I had this box with the ribbon, and this is my commiserations, sir. I'm really sorry about what we did to you, what we did for the World Cup. And anyway, I ended up in his office. I did a tour of his whole operation, and he said, "You're probably thinking there's a method to my madness, Mm-hmm. I said, "Yeah, I have been. I've been thinking, I'm already outfit into this lot. It's a bit odd." But I had a suspicion that he wanted me to come and sort out his flight operation. And I worked out what my earnings were over a year, just so I had that in my pocket in case he offered me a job. Mm-hmm. And anyway, he offered me a job. He said, "Please come and sort my operation out." And he said, "Whatever you earn, just add 30% onto that, and that's what you'll earn." And I said, "Look, I appreciate that, and it's an offer that I'd be really battled to refuse. However, I need to tell you what I'm going to do if I come on board, and if we have a problem with that, I'm not coming on board." And he said, "Yeah, what is that?" I said, "I'm going to get rid of that Falcon. I'm going to replace it with two Gulfstream 4 and a Gulfstream 5. Medium hauls for the Gulfstream 4, long hauls for the Gulfstream 5. I'm going to employ the best pilots in the world. I'm going to pay them the best salaries in the world. I'm not going to I'm going to employ 4 pilots per aeroplane.
4 captains.
And they're all going to be captains, not 2 captains and 2 co-pilots. Going to be 4 captains, give you maximum flexibility, 2 flight attendants per plane. So there'll be 12 crew with these planes for these aircraft, because they'll be cycling a month on, month off. And I'll be the 13th guy. Of course, I'll roam on both aircraft. And I'm going to change your management company. I'm going to find you the best management company in the world, which I know sits in Switzerland, in Basel. I can certainly give them a shout out. They were called AMAC. At the time, they were Jet Aviation, but there was a breakaway group that started a company called AMAC. Mm-hmm. That I had in mind. But I will go around and find them the best company. And I said, "That's it. This is what I'm going to be paying my captains." Yes, it is the highest salaries going around on a Gulfstream in the world at the time. And so, are you happy with that? He said, "It's music to my ears, man. When can you start?" I said, "Give me 2 or 3 months, because I need to unhinge myself gently, quietly, leave myself with a good name." And that's how it's all started. And then when I arrived, there you were with a bunch of French, British, and American other pilots. Mm-hmm. And
we had one pilot that was 70 years old, I think, 68, 69.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Can't even remember.
Yeah. It was
American guy.
Yeah, American guy.
Is that an old scrawly guy that looked like he got out of a laundry bag every morning? Was it that him?
Yeah. I mean, listen, venerable old guy, but I mean, he just, everybody doesn't age the same.
Correct.
Like
you and I. I mean, you never say that you're older than me, but anyway.
Right, well, I'm 175. I just look good for my age.
Yeah.
But
okay.
I mean, I met you And I had all this trepidation about meeting this South African guy and thinking he's going to fire me because he's going to be like this racist, and he wasn't. And like so that was something I had to check my own biases about. And then kind of as we were just talking about the operation and talking about life, and he's like, "Yeah, do you know I flew Nelson Mandela?" I'm like, "Wait, what?" and you had this picture of you looking like a pup. I mean, you couldn't have been much more than, I don't know, some early 20s maybe.
No, I was in my mid 30s.
Mid 30s, okay. You had a nice mustache.
Yeah. Now I got like a Secret Service mustache. Only I know about it. Yeah.
And he was like, I did. I got to fly Nelson Mandela. I'm like, that's pretty. And I knew from then that kind of everything that I thought about, like was worried about, was nothing. And and the thing that you said, you're going to put the best crew. You're going to get the airplanes. You're going to run a high octane operation. That's exactly what it was. I mean, to this day, that is probably the best job I've ever had in aviation. I mean, it was just everybody working together to make things happen for these guys, and that business was really going off like a rocket ship. We were delivering for the principal in a way that he really appreciated, and I mean, it was just. I got to go to work with people I really liked. I mean, people who mostly I'm still friends with to this very day, including yourself. I mean, it was amazing, and you did that. Like you were.
I did exactly what I said. I got rid of that plane, changed the management company, got rid of most of the crew. Mm-hmm. Anybody that didn't want to work after midnight or didn't want to get up early in the morning, or there were a couple of those. Mm-hmm. We just chopped and changed them. I mean, they were far better suited in other operations, but not in that one. And if I remember, I kept you on. Made you immediately the chief pilot. Well, once we got going, we got rid of the Falcon, we got changed management companies, and we were the two Gulfstreams, and you were on the G4, if I remember correctly.
That's right.
And it wasn't long when it was clear that I needed somebody on each airplane to be the chief pilot. Some people don't understand what the word of chief pilot means. It doesn't mean to say, I mean, what guys normally do in my position, they make themselves the chief pilot. A chief pilot is somebody that is one of the best pilots out there. I don't rate myself as the best pilot. I rate myself as a good operator. I want guys out there that are great pilots, mission specialists. They can get the job done. Don't complain. Just sort it out. Which was basically this guy's. It was his. How can I say? This is what he wanted. Yeah. Because when he sat me down, of course, and I said, by the way, what are your likes and dislikes? Mm-hmm. Let's get that out of the way so that I'm well programmed. And he said, Pete, time is a big critical factor for me. I need to earn $1 million an hour, 24 hours a day, just to pay my staff. If you're 10 minutes late, do the maths. Don't ask me for permission to tip the guy at the X-ray machine to get my bag through there quick enough. Just do it. Don't come and fiddle with, so this hotel is a bit more expensive than that one, but that one's full and I have to take. Don't come with that shit. Just do it. You don't need a requisition for tissues, okay, and a pencil. Just do it, man. Don't waste my time. Don't waste time. Time, he said, was a big thing for me. And that, of course, we had to apply to the operation. And so we there were any non-mission specialists in there. They were on their way. So I kept you because you are a mission specialist of note. I mean, Basham, we need to go. You need to take a flight to Kenya, from Moscow. It's marginal for the G4, fuel-wise. You'll take care of it. I didn't have to like say, well, you need to check your fuel calculations and yes, done, sorted, done.
Let's go.
You were there and back. Basham, everything okay?
Yeah,
Yeah, of course, but sitting on the beach. I'm on the game drive. Everything is under control.
Oh, we worked hard. I mean, because the principals, I mean, they worked hard.
Yeah.
We worked hard, but the principals, I mean, they worked hard, right?
Yeah.
But we got to play hard too. I mean, we had some great times on the road. I mean, you and I had some great times on the road. But I mean, we delivered for them. They were happy.
Yeah.
We were well compensated. I mean, again, to this day, that is the best operation I think I've ever been a part of.
Yeah, I must admit I felt very complimented when we shut it down that the principal had a big sort of going away thing for me, and he said, you know, Pete, I've dealt with a lot of flight operations. My nature of my job, I need corporate jets to do the job. And this is the highest horsepower operation that I've ever had. And it was the financial crisis, 2008, I think it was. Mm-hmm. And he predicted that before it happened. And on that basis, we sold the aircraft just in time. And you know, when I said to him, I said, look, everybody's getting fired and laid off left, right, and center. And if you don't mind, can I keep my guys on for 3 months at least? You know, these guys all got families and stuff. They're going home now. I mean, you know, all the major big top 500 companies just boom.
Yes.
Tomorrow, done.
Yes.
Finished, job's done. They were giving their aircraft away.
Yes.
For peanuts. And I got him the highest prices at the time for his aircraft because we took the airplane around the world and sold it. I remember when we bought the aircraft, you know, I'd find a really nice Gulfstream, say 5, for example. I said, here's a really good aircraft. Check the spec, got the specialist to really go through it and so on. And he would say, okay, cool, let's have a look at that. Can they bring it around for a demonstration flight? Well, I'll pay for it. You know, you'd call the guy, no, you come here. You want to fly it? Come to us. And he'd say, bugger that, move on to the next one. So when it came to shutting down our operation, I said, sir, you remember when we were trying to buy an aircraft? We battled. And we want to sell these aircraft fast at the best prices. I need to get in that aircraft. Basham needs to get into the G4. We need to take these planes back to America and go to all our prospective clients and demo them until they get sold. That's going to be the fastest, best way to do it. He said, do it. I mean, what owner will do that? Do it. Yeah. Of course, he made a lot of money doing that. I mean, he sold those planes for the highest possible price. I mean, shortly after that, they were, I mean, within 30 days, they were worth half the price. Mm-hmm. And I mean, again, he was a superstar there. And the guy gave 3 months salary.
3 months salary.
It's just incredible guy. So let me dig into some of our adventures that we used to get up. I mean, how was Moscow? I mean,
oh my goodness. So, all right. So here I am, right? I've done a little bit of flying internationally, but like I've never been to Russia. And unlike many Americans, I've never been out in, you know, never even dreamed I'd be in Moscow.
Yeah.
All right. And I don't know if you noticed, I'm black. There's not a lot of black dudes running around in Moscow. Okay?
That's true. Not at all, isn't it?
Not at all.
I don't know if I saw any.
I mean, there were a few Africans here and students or whatever, but like Americans, like maybe 2. And so, you know, I was a bit of a novelty act out there. We used to get a lot of attention that way. Mm-hmm. You know, I remember one time we went to this restaurant that was considered like the Rodeo Drive of Moscow. And, you know, I think it was me, you,
Rodeo Drive.
Yeah, it was like the Rodeo Drive, like Beverly Hills of Moscow. And it was this really fancy
Moscow
restaurant.
to me is one of the best kept secrets in the world.
Oh my God. I
It's
mean,
a spectacular place.
people don't realize kind of how the dynamics had shifted so just rapidly. And it was just like very high quality food, high quality restaurant. I mean, you know, a certain sector of the Russian population was making so much money that there was a really, really high class quality of life.
Yeah.
And you know, we would go out and you know, it was this Americans, this South Africans, you know, there's a black guy out here, right? Like, you know, like it was like, you know,
Just didn't make sense to him.
didn't make any sense to anybody.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, like, listen, like, I don't typically have women buying me drinks, but like, I remember one time where we're sitting in the restaurant, the waiter comes over and it's like, sir, you know, this woman would like to buy you a drink, and I'm like, okay, and I'm expecting to turn around and see like something like you know,
The moose.
I mean, you said it. I didn't say it.
Some moose that.
Or you know, somebody that was just, you know, and then I turn around and I see this blonde, tall, like, I was like, God damn, what is going on right now?
And I'm saying, why is she not going for me? What?
And you look over at me and you go, mate, we've got to go over here and see where this goes. I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, shit, man, what kind of shit you about to get me into?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That woman was, I mean, she was certifiably, you know,
Wild.
yeah, that was.
But I mean, Basham. I mean, you look like Will Smith. We've been stopped in terminal buildings, you know. Are you Will Smith? I can recall that. He's a seriously good, famous film star. Now, what are these girls looking for? They're looking for famous people. I mean, not only that, you tick the box, man. I mean, but look at you. You're a good-looking guy. I mean, you know.
Middle-aged fat guys, what do you know?
You know, I'm also middle-aged, but
I mean, look at you. Look, you take good care of yourself, man. You do. You take good care. I mean, like, how long has it been since I've seen you?
we tried to figure that out the other day.
Like 10, 12 years, something like that. And you still pretty much look the same.
Still look the same.
Yeah.
I don't age. My mother always said to me they screwed up my birth certificate. I'll take that.
Well, you know, I mean, like, same here, but like, you know what they say, black don't crack. You know what I mean? Like, we just kind of, you know.
Yeah, you know, your skin stays perfect. I mean, look at that tan. I mean, we do all sorts of shit to try and, we got to stay out of the sun.
Yeah, stay out of the sun.
Yeah, it's just got this perfect skin.
Yeah, it's
You never age.
I have no gray hairs.
Having said that, you have. I believe your son was putting out radio.
Oh, like, now stop it. Stop it.
So we used to go out. Now, I mean, the clubs in Moscow.
Oh, man. I mean,
You know, for us, you know, that's why I say Moscow, to me, was one of the best kept secrets in the world. You'd go to, I recall one of the clubs where the girl in front, the bouncer, was this hot chick with a little sort of waistcoat that had no buttons in front of it, just hanging, just covered her boobs. And her stomach was sticking out. She had these hot, slicky pants on. And an animal with her as the, I don't know, you know, some guys have dogs. Guess what that animal was? A leopard. A leopard.
a leopard.
Yeah. Outstanding. Thanks, my bro. A leopard. I have the picture. A leopard. I mean, listen, I mean, that's not going to be approved by all the animal lovers around there except myself, including myself. But it was astounding. And inside the clubs, how these were done up, the amount of, look, women there, I think, is a national sport. I mean, I think
Well, mail order brides come from Russia for a reason, I suppose.
Yeah, yeah. You know, what I found is they were all so highly educated. And the girls go out there and they get very educated in the meantime, and then they go out and they go and look for husbands and passports to get the hell out of there. And then, of course, they love us foreigners. They love you because you're very good looking.
Listen.
But this mean bod. And
listen.
Let's not talk about the anaconda.
Excuse me.
You know, we talk about all sorts of shit on this program.
Hey, man, I'm all about doing more with less. That's
Yeah, at the moment you got to do less with more.
Oh, hey.
So, yeah, the clubs are quite special. I mean, I can remember, what is it called? Some of the clubs' names. Night Flight.
Ah, remember Night Flight? Yeah, Bordeaux.
Mm-hmm. What is it? Rasputin's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the hotels. Everything happened in the hotels.
Mm-hmm.
The hotels were spectacular. The lounges, the rooftop bars, the Ritz, and then their culture, the buildings and the mosques or whatever you want to call all those magnificent churches, the Red Square.
Yes.
The restaurants were unbelievable. I mean, it was spectacular. I mean, I really loved it. But we're talking non-flying stuff here now, but that's what we want to know about. That's what the people want to know about. And I can tell you guys, Moscow is a great place to visit. St. Petersburg, historical, the museums, the beauty, the canals.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
When the war gets done, and things, if they go back to normal, I mean, it's something that everybody should get a chance to try to go see. I mean, there's so much history.
Yeah.
History there. I mean, we hit it right at the right time, right? Like 2007, 2008, I mean, everything was just, I mean, the economy, the Russian economy was just popping. And these oligarchs were out, they were buying used airplanes for more than new airplanes. I mean, it was just a bacchanal of just ostentationness. Yes, yeah. Guy getting a Lamborghini driving on the sidewalk. You know what I mean? It was that kind of place.
Yeah.
So I mean, the flying that we did. I mean, just this wasn't like bullshit flying from here to some major city. Man, we were all over sub-Saharan Africa. I mean, that company specialized in investing in emerging markets. So if there was an emerging market there, that's where we were. So been to Central African Republic, been to Rwanda, been to Ghana, been to Nigeria, been to South Africa, been to Zimbabwe multiple times. I mean, it was such a special time.
I mean, as an American, that must have opened your whole horizon.
Yeah. Well, look, and I'm a black guy, right? Like, I'm African American, right? And I ain't never been to Africa. So
I always wonder, why do they call American blacks African Americans?
I mean,
what is?
The thing is, you got the Italian Americans, you got the Irish Americans, you got the.
Do they actually call?
Yeah, you got
Italian American.
Yeah, you got St. Patrick's Day. That's a big Irish parade. You got.
But an Italian American is what?
Somebody who's
an Italian that came to America.
Yes, they can trace their lineage back to right. Yeah. So I mean, in the 70s,
so they're tracing your lineage back to Africa.
Yeah, back to Africa, right? Like the one thing about being black in America is kind of you kind of are detached from kind of your ancestry and your history because that they didn't keep the best records during that slave trade thing right there. So you can only trace your lineage back so far. So the American identity we have is secure, but kind of wanting to know where you came from is part of it. So I guess that's why that's there. But like for me, so it's like, okay, so here I am in West Africa, and I'm like, well, sometime in my history, somebody came off a slave ship and came over here, to America, and that's where my family started. And if that hadn't happened, nothing that's happened to me up to this point would have happened. So,
but have you actually traced it back. Did it happen, or can you not say the guy came from Europe or came from?
Oh yeah, no. We can like so. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana, right? And my family on my mother's side has been there. I mean, pretty much since the. I mean, there are records of actually slaveholders. That my great grandfather was on this plantation, and like we've kind of traced that back, right? But it only goes so far. I have done DNA searches, right? And most of my DNA is West African, although there is about 18 to 20% that's European. My mother has green eyes, believe it or not. As an aside. So
what do you normally have?
Brown. It's typically.
I'll say brown eyes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't see a lot of black dudes running around with brown eyes. Like that's just not. That's not a typical trait. No, not.
So what do they normally have?
Brown. I mean,
you said.
Yeah, I'm sorry. With green eyes, I'm sorry, or light colored eyes, green eyes, blue eyes. But brown eyes. That's pretty typical. So if you
I got a bit of African in me, you see.
I mean,
I didn't think I've got this pale skin then.
I mean, you are African, right? You were born here, right?
So I am So this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I go to America. Why don't they call me an African American?
Well, I mean, you can claim it. Look, you claim it.
No, identify.
We're gonna invite you to the cookout, man. You can claim it.
Yeah. I am an African American.
Look, man. We will get you a dashiki, and we can bring you.
What's a dashiki?
The traditional African garb. Get you.
What's a dashiki?
It's a typical African, like a shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
So, like in the '70s, when brothers were trying to claim their African heritage, they wanted to kind of get something that looked like it was from. So, yeah, we can bring you over here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Nelson Mandela used to wear incredible, colorful shirts.
Oh yeah.
And they were designed by an Italian and made in Italy. All his shirts.
Well, I mean,
Stefano Ricci is his name, the designer's name.
Interesting.
Which also made all the clothes for the Arab principal that I was flying around.
Oh, yeah.
Egyptian. Bought all his stuff from Stefano Ricci. We'd fly out there, and we'd go to one of his showrooms. And this gentleman that I used to fly out of Egypt, he used to say, right, I love that shirt. Give me all the colors you have in that shirt. I love that suit. Now, this guy only used the finest fabrics. Stefano Ricci, Ricci, I think it was. Actually, in my opinion, one of the top designers in the world. I mean, the quality of his clothes were amazing. So the suits were made from some little hair of what are these little furry animals that are up there in the cold
like
air?
Mink.
Mink.
Yeah.
They'd use a mink fur and make wool out of it, or you can't say wool or cotton, and they make suits out of that. He still gave me a beautiful
Did you
jacket.
get a suit?
I did. And gave me a beautiful jacket as well.
Okay.
I mean, the jackets were... you would pay $10,000 in those days for a tie. And it would have a ruby in it. It would be made of this magnificent silk and stuff. He gave me one or two of those ties as well. And then the shoes, the Italian shoes. So, these guys like to dress. And they like to have a Revo boat, big boat, and so on, and the best cars.
And is that where you kind of you've got this kind of obsession with cars. I mean, as long as I've ever known you, cars are your thing.
I'm a petrol head. Yeah. There's no doubt about it. Been riding motorbikes since the age of 12 years old. Done motocross, superbike stuff, had them all. Transitioned to a Harley Davidson as things got more dangerous on these superbikes and stuff. And now you join the Gentleman's Club on a Harley Davidson, but of course cars. I could never afford them. As I got older, as I started flying more and more for these guys, learning from them what's what, and I started, bought my first little Porsche It was a 911T, 1972 model.
Okay.
I bought it for 5,000 Rand in those days, which was equivalent probably to $1,000.
Okay.
And it was in pieces in a garage. Took me a year to put it back together again, drove it for a while, and then sold it for $5,000. Thought I was a major businessman, you know. But that's where the shit started, and that was like 30 years ago. And I don't collect cars, but I change them a lot, sell the one. And the beauty about a Porsche is that it retains its value better than any make in the world. That's a statistical fact. And they are absolutely bulletproof. I've had a couple of models in between, and they always fell back to a Porsche. And yeah, so eventually I started racing them 13 years ago, 2013. It's more than, no, somewhere around there. And because it's only at that late stage, I mean, 13 years ago is just the other day, whereas most race drivers start when they're very young, in their early
teens.
Yeah, they started go-karts when they're 6 to 8 years old.
Yeah.
A lot of our top riders were all riding go-karts at that age. 8 years old, they were on it. I got on it at a very late age. But although I'm still very young, yeah, and a cake. So I'm still doing it. Now, lately I've been involved in converting my Porsches to rally cars. So they're kind of like a hybrid now, you know. They can go off-road and on-road. I tell you what, that's the best thing. I mean, they've got this Porsche 992. It's called a Dakar. So it's like made to go off-road as well and be very good on-road. But they're very expensive and very limited numbers. So we're taking old 996s. I took my 996 Turbo, which is a 2002 model, and converted it to a hybrid rally car called the Safari, well, done by a company called Safari Project, which in English is Safari Project. That's the Afrikaans name, Safari Project. And they're a company based in Pretoria. And what a car, man. I've already done what I think is 2 world's firsts. Can't really call it a world record, but it's, what do you call a world record? I mean, somebody that's never, a Porsche 911 has never been into the Okavango Delta in Botswana, that far north in the bush, and has never crossed the Makgadikgadi pans, which is the biggest salt pans in the world. And I did that last year. And either a 911 has never been down, a Porsche 911 has never been down a pass called the Hell.
Oh.
One of the most extreme mountain passes in South Africa. Did that as last year as well. So, and I put the challenge out there for a 992 Dakar, which is the modern day 7 or 8 million Rand car. Yeah, mine's a 3 million Rand car with its conversion and stuff. Very expensive conversion. I put the challenge out there. Come, I want to see if you can get down the Hell or cross the Makgadikgadi pans in that thing. It costs 3 times the price of my thing. But yeah, I love it. I'm still racing today. I came third in South Africa in the South African Endurance Championship, National Championship, which is a mother of a title to have in this country, with the experience that we've got here. All these damn trophies lying all over the place. All my biggest ones all come from that. Just I've ticked a few boxes.
You are not typical in any way or fashion. I mean, you kind of, you really, I mean, you get after it, man. Like, it's really, one of the things I've always kind of admired about you is just your ability to kind of see things very clearly, go after exactly what it is you want, and just do it. And you don't let your past experience like hold you back. You just go out there and get after it. That's pretty impressive to me.
Well, thank you for that, and I'm hoping that you join us here one of these days, because I know you're out here with your family.
I am,
and it's your second time out anyway that I've besides flying out here. And I told you the last time we were here, everybody that comes to South Africa eventually ends up living here, because we've got it all here, mate. And for those who don't know, just come and check it out anyway. Forget about all the crime and stuff that's in every country.
Listen, crime in America, we have murders every single day of the week, where we live. I mean, but like this place is just, it has so many things that you can't find all in the same place anywhere else in the world.
Yeah.
And I often think that people that live here take it for granted a little bit. It really is a special place. The people have been really great. Despite the sordid history that has happened, things change. The world changes.
Yeah.
It's not perfect, but it's. I think,
what's not perfect?
Oh, just I think that kind of that transition from post-apartheid, pre-apartheid to post-apartheid isn't finished, right? Like, there's probably still some work that needs to be done. Again, as an outsider,
the political arena is like everywhere else in the world at the moment.
Yeah.
Let the politicians do their shit.
Yeah.
It's up to us to live our life. And I always say, focus on your life.
Yeah.
Focus on what you want to do. Do what you want to do. They can't stop you from having a good time.
Right. Well, and people, it's all about people.
It's
like, when
all about people.
When you travel as much as we do, right?
Yeah.
Like, you go from place to place. People want the same things. They want to have a good life.
Yeah.
They want to be able to interact and enjoy their lives, enjoy the things that they enjoy, whether that be family or activities. I mean, it's the thing. Humanity doesn't change because of race or ethnicity or nationality. Those things are the same.
Yeah.
Right? And your country, this place is beautiful. I really love it here. My wife is, she's.
Is she leaning?
Oh man, at the heart. I had the full court press, my man. Like you know what I mean. It's like,
yeah, really. Tell me about it. Yeah,
it was like this is you could do this every day. You could wake up and see this every day. My wife's an artist, and we went to the Cape Town art festival.
Art fair,
it was amazing. It was a really great showcase for artists, but it was also a really interesting look at the culture here in Cape Town, right? Which is a really multicultural kind of like
it's Cape Town, man.
Oh yeah, I mean
with the Monte Carlo of Africa.
Yeah.
Multicultural. You got every walks of life here, man. And if you want to have a bad time, it's your own fault.
I'm telling you,
it's.
You want to go to the beach, you can go to the beach.
Yeah.
You want to go to the mountains, you can go to the mountains.
Yeah.
You want to go in the bush, you can go in the bush, right? Like you want to go wine farm, you can go to wine farm. I mean, like it's just the closest thing I think in America would be like San Diego, kind of Southern California area, but it's not the same because it's so densely.
But the south of France in here.
Yeah, but better.
Yeah,
much better.
Yeah.
The weather is great. I mean, we've been here 12 days, and we've had 1 or 2 days where it was like crazy windy. But other than that, I mean, it's just been glorious.
But yeah, the wind can blow in this part of town and be dead in that part of town. So it's kind of like where you are, and you can like get out of it. So she's leaning.
Oh, she's leaning.
And now, let me tell you something. It's quite hot off the press. You do not have to be a resident here. You do not have to be a work permit or anything of the kind, and you can buy a house here.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you may have a neighbor soon. I mean, you know, I wouldn't miss spending more time with you. You know,
It's got to be done. It's got to be done.
I think it'll happen. You know. No, one of the beautiful things about what I do now for a career is that I can live wherever I want. Like it's fairly easy to commute. So I don't know. Let's see what happens. You got to find me a place.
Let's say quickly for the pilots out there that want to get into serious aviation and flying and so on.
Yeah.
So flying cargo, like for FedEx, DHL, I guess.
UPS.
UPS. I think that's a damn good job. If you know, it's a big corporation. I mean, it's quite different to flying for a corporate where he only has one jet. Two totally different schools, I reckon. Now, one's got serious stability, like FedEx, for example. Shout out to FedEx.
Shout out to FedEx.
Give me a sponsorship, damn it, for my program.
For his
I can
race
hang your sign up here all the time.
For his race car.
Go FedEx, yeah. And so I'm guessing you get a huge pension.
We do.
A medical aid.
Yeah, we do.
All sorts of perks.
Sure. Yeah.
And a hell of a lot of time off.
Indeed. Indeed.
Which is what you need. You want safe, well-slept, rested pilots behind the cockpit.
Indeed.
As in airlines as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a...
So if you compare it to a corporate job, how would you find that?
You know, it's different. You know, very
Two totally different worlds.
Yeah. As a commercial airline pilot, whether it be FedEx or flying passengers, you know, you are a profit center. Like the things that you do directly generate revenue, right? As a corporate pilot, you are a cost center. So like it's a lot more difficult to tie profitability to the movement of that airplane. So it's kind of a very, very different way of operating. And so, you know, we have pensions. These airline jobs are long-lived, right? You know, you get hired at an airline, you work there for 35, 40 years, right? Like, it's pretty much unheard of for corporate operations to last that long because, you know, that means the corporation has to last that long or the principals have to stay alive that long or the family that you're flying for. So, you know, that's the stability is there. Flying freight versus flying passengers is interesting. Not in so much as the difference in what you're hauling, but the type of operation. So if you look at an airline, it's a very kind of hub and spoke type of operation. You have a centralized base and you're flying back and forth between there. At my job with on the 777, right? You might take off in Memphis, fly to Tokyo, then fly to Dubai, then fly to someplace in Europe, to say Brussels, and then fly someplace to Newark, and then fly back to Memphis. So all the way around the world, you know. And you're not responsible for the airplane, you know. When you're a corporate pilot, that's your airplane, right? You are responsible for that airplane. What happens to it, the cleanliness of it, how it looks, that's your responsibility. An airline pilot, man, when I get off that airplane, that's somebody else's problem.
Yeah,
you know. So very different.
Yeah. When and tell me the income. How does that compare?
Well, I mean, when we're working at the operation we were at, that was a little different than your typical corporate job. But even now, you know, salaries are comparable, but the difference is the dollar per hour, I would say, right? Your time commitment.
Paid per hour?
Oh yes.
Oh, not.
Yes, we get paid per hour. So we have a 6 hour at most airlines.
Per hour flight time?
No. So
on duty?
No. At most operations, there is a minimum pay per day. At FedEx, we have 6 hours is the minimum pay per day.
Whether you're flying or not.
Whether you're flying or not. So, like in my job, I'm based in Oakland, but almost all the flying that I do is out of Asia. So FedEx will fly me from the United States to Asia in business class on, you know, one of the U.S. carriers and one of the foreign carriers. They pay me. I get paid my same rate for that flight from my home to where I'm going to start. Then if I spend 2 days there resting, I get paid my minimum 6 hours per day to rest. And then,
So every day from when you leave home till you get home.
Mm-hmm. 6 hours, minimum 6 hours a day. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of how, your productivity is, or your compensation for your time is a lot more concentrated than it is for.
So if your flight is 6 hours, same pay for the day. So a 6 hour minimum.
Yes, it's a minimum. It's a minimum.
You've got to fly more than 6 hours a day to earn something. If you fly 3 hours today and 8 hours tomorrow, which kind of or 4 hours today and 8 hours, so your combined flight time for the 2 days is 6 hours a day. Do you get any more pay?
Well, you can. If you fly longer flights, there are kind of...
No, what I mean is it still pans out to an average of 6 a day.
It does.
So then you don't get paid more than 6 hours a day.
Correct. So, well, there are instances where you can get more override. Yeah. So like if you fly a 12-hour flight or a 14-hour flight, a longer duty day, you get extra pay.
Yeah, but the next day you do nothing.
Correct. Then you
do they average it out?
It pretty much, yeah.
Well, that's not fair.
Well, I mean, sitting.
I guess it's not fair to pay when you're doing nothing either for 6 hours.
Sitting in the hotel room, or
doing nothing,
or going out in the streets and on the walking street in the Philippines. I mean, it's, you're still making those 6 hours. So it's a very stable, predictable way to earn, and you can actually work extra on your days off to earn more, right?
You can
absolutely. If you want to pick up a trip on your day off, and
with them, of course,
with them, yeah. Not with someone else, but with them.
No, okay.
And actually, if you pick up a trip on your day off, oftentimes they will pay you 150% of your hourly rate or 200% of your hourly rate. So they're and in particular during COVID. You think about during COVID, right?
Yeah.
Airlines weren't flying, right? They weren't doing anything, right?
So you guys were.
Oh, we were humping. And I mean, we had guys that had $1 million W-2s. I mean, they would stay out on the road.
What's a W-2?
So W-2 is the tax form that they give you. Oh, it's a W-2. See, corporate live outside the United States, don't know what a W-2 is. Yeah, you don't have none of that stuff. America, the only place that taxes you no matter where in the world you live or earn. So W-2 is the form that your employer gives you that totals all of the money that you've made in a year. And so during COVID, so the way kind of our salary works, you kind of work about 14 to 12 day minimum, right? And then anything beyond that, they start paying anything 2 days beyond that or 48 hours, they pay you 150% per day, every day. Yeah. So instead of 6 hours, it might be 9 hours a day.
Yeah.
And we had guys that would stay out on the road for 60 days, 90 days in a row.
Damn.
Right? So, I mean, if you're making...
Do you think they wanted to be away from their wives?
I mean, some of them had second wives out in these streets. It was really, because we were the only ones that were flying. We were the only ones that were making money. I mean, FedEx was making money hand over fist. There was packages because everybody had to stay home, right? Everybody had.
And everybody was shipping masks all over the place.
Shipping masks, if you couldn't go out, so things had to get delivered to you. So I mean, it was a boondoggle.
Yeah.
And we didn't have enough pilots or enough airplanes, and so there were some pilots that really did really well because they were willing to work and fly extra on their days off.
So how would you compare the income of a corporate pilot like myself at the time to what you're doing?
Well, if you kind of look at what the pay rates are right now per hour, if you look at Delta, United, American...
we got to look at per month.
Well, no. I'm saying per hour. This is the hourly rate. So,
corporate never charges per hour.
Well, we'll get there.
Per day.
We'll get there. So we'll get there. They all kind of do this pattern bargaining thing. So if one makes this out per hour, the next airline is going to expect that per hour. So they're all kind of within a range.
Do airlines also fly per hour?
Oh yeah.
What?
Oh, absolutely. So their rate Delta, United, American.
But the average is in a month, though. You fly 24 hours today.
It's
The average of they pay per day.
Yeah, there's an
Per
average.
hours per day.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of a complicated formula. So you have flight hours, so you have block hours, right? And then you have what's called a trip rig and a duty rig, right? So, they're the hours that you fly, but then there's the hours that you sit, right?
Yeah.
So there's a ratio of pay
That's
for
what I mean.
hours
Yeah,
that you sit.
The sitting hours, they take that off your...
No. They just pay you at a ratio. So instead of block flight hours might be 6, or it might be 8, or whatever it is, right? But then when you're sitting, you don't get 6, 8, 24, you get a ratio. So it might be 3 to 1, or 3.75 to 1, or 4 to 1, or 2 to 1. So if you look at your entire time away from base, the day you leave your house to the day you return, and you divide that by 3, right, that would be how many hours you get paid for that trip. So everything on the commercial side is on an hourly rate. And these things are, most pilot contracts are public knowledge.
Yeah.
So Delta, United, American, they make about $480. I think the top rate is around $485 per hour. Their minimum guarantee for the day, I think, is around 6, maybe 6.5 hours. So, quick math, what is that? About $3,000 a day. So it's not bad.
And this is a permanent job.
Yeah.
That's way more than a corporate pilot.
Yeah. Most, a senior captain at American Delta United is probably making on the order of $300,000 to maybe $500,000 a year, somewhere in that range.
Per month?
Per month, depending on.
What?
Per month. I mean, I'm sorry, per year. Sorry, per year.
So let's say 400,000 average.
Yeah, you probably say that. I mean, typically, what you would do is you would take 485 and multiply it by 70. And that's how many hours per month you'll typically average.
Yeah, so it's around $30,000 a month.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
30 to 33.
Mm-hmm.
$28,000 to $35,000 a month.
Right.
And that's public knowledge.
Yeah, and we have a pension, or you have
over and above this. You get this. They don't take it off that, do you?
No, they put it on top. So most airlines have an 18% pensionable fund. So 18% of that goes automatically into a pension account that belongs to you. Full health care benefits. You get paid sick leave. You get paid vacation. I think I have 24 days of vacation this year. Yeah, per year. Which
does it add up?
Yeah, every year. You got to use it or lose it. I think currently, you don't get to carry it over. But as your longevity increases, they add more. But if you average 14 days, 12 to 14 days a month, and you have 24 days of vacation, well, I mean, you can have 2 months off with pay.
So the downside of what you're doing compared to corporate.
Yes.
What you're doing is you're going to the standard little stops every day. Corporate, you're going to exotic islands, staying in beautiful 5-star hotels or resorts.
Yes. I always say in commercial, like in
what you're doing, yeah.
Yeah, and what we're doing, you get paid to fly. Corporate pilots get paid to wait. You might fly from here to someplace and sit there for 5 days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
you guys don't do that.
Nah, it's especially not at the airlines.
So you got
yeah, you're banging. Like FedEx, we probably average one to 2 legs a day. And any of one of the major airlines, you're going to probably average 3 to 4 legs a day. I mean, they fly a lot more than we do. That's probably the biggest difference between passenger flying and freight flying is that they are turning, and we are typically doing single legs, 2 legs a day. But
and you're flying around that area.
Mm-hmm, yeah. So Singapore.
You're not going to U.S. from there.
No, I fly Singapore, Vietnam, China, Philippines, Korea, Japan, Thailand. Just kind of
Russia.
No, we don't have any operations in Russia.
What do they use? Probably Aeroflot.
Yeah, probably Aeroflot. tough sledding for those guys right now.
Can you remember, did you fly in any Aeroflot aircraft when we were there?
Oh, hell no.
I did once.
How was your experience?
Never again.
I feel the same way about
I understand now why they have so many accidents there, incidents, but unreported, of course, with with a normal ICAO or whatever. It's unbelievable. And in a normal plane, the pilot doesn't have an IF rating. He has an IF rated guy sitting with him who's not a pilot. And he orders the guy upstairs. He sits in the glass screen in front. And the guy upstairs flying with a T-shirt, vest on, overgrown beard, maybe a little bit of vodka lying on the side there, some missing teeth. Well, that's the crew that I went with. There was some very good. I had a Russian co-pilot with me for quite a while on a Gulfstream.
Oh, they're good pilots. Solid pilots.
But interesting that they'll only use Westerners.
Yeah.
In general. I mean, we had one on our operation. We had no Russians.
No, we didn't have any Russian pilots. I think one time we did a couple flights into Siberia and we had to have a Russian navigator.
Yeah.
That was about it.
Ooh, I mean, hello.
Yeah.
I also had a navigator once when I flew Putin, actually, to a place called Syktyvkar. And I had a Russian co-pilot, but I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I had to do my own thing there, basically, going in there. Yeah, it's a different culture. I'm not knocking the Russian pilots. I think they got good hands because they land in the most treacherous conditions. They got snowstorms all the time. No, it's quite hectic flying out of them. But I think that I'm trying to think of it. Anything epic. Do you have any emergencies?
I mean, in 32 years, I've been pretty fortunate of never really having any. I mean, we've shut down engines, but that's not an emergency.
No.
That's normal stuff. Yeah, nothing really interesting. Nothing really. I mean, I remember, when we were flying out of Russia, and we were doing some trip. I think we were in Zimbabwe again, and we're trying to. You had to make a stop to get back to Moscow, and you had to get to through Turkish airspace by a particular time to make it into Russia to be able to get your clearance into Russia, and so we were flying into Nairobi.
Yeah.
Right? So we go into Nairobi, make our tech stop in Nairobi, get fuel, and all right, we're gonna turn because again, get it done, right? Get it done. So we're getting ready. We got fuel. We're getting ready to taxi out, and some Kenyan 737 lands long, locks up the tires. Blows all four tires, and he's stuck on the end of the runway. So it's ground stop.
Now you can't get out. You need to leave, right?
Yeah, we got to go. Right? Yeah. We got to go. And I turned to the guy in the back. I'm like, hey, listen, they got us ground stop. We're trying to figure something out, and we're calling, saying, hey, look, we got to get extended clearance to get in here because if these guys need to be in here. And they're saying, no, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you do. You got to be here by this time. So, I'm looking at the other pilot, and I'm like, hey, man, like, where is that airplane sitting? And it's Nairobi. That field is like 12,000 feet long, right? And the 737 in the last 1,500. I'm like, this is a G4, man. We don't need that much runway.
Yeah.
Like, can we do an intersection departure? And the Kenyan controllers were like, sounds legit. So we got out of there and took off. So we're getting really close to making to hitting the ATIS time to being past it. So I mean we got the coals poured to this thing to try to get through there. And, we're calling on the phone, trying to make sure that we can get through. And they're saying, no, you can't do it. And they say, we're coming. And they're like, no, you can't come. And say, well, we're coming. And we get to the boundary. And I finally said, hey, boss, like, listen, if you got any juice where you can call somebody to make something happen here, do it. He gets on the phone and, get back, and they say, okay, you guys are good to go. You cleared hot into Moscow. And that was probably, you got to think about how far Harare is from Moscow. You're talking all-day flight. All-day flight. And by the time we got there, I think our duty day, we'd done at least 12, 13 hours of flying, and the duty day was 16, 17 hours. And we were just exhausted. We get in there, and they're like, hey, Captain, listen, airport's about to close. Y'all got to go. You got to go someplace else. I'm like, man, we're not going anywhere. There's no way. And the crew's looking at me, and they're like, Bash, listen, we're cooked. Like, there's no place else to go. Like, we just, and I'm like, listen, guys, look, I'm sorry. We're packing it in. We're going to a hotel. And I got a little bit of flack for that. But, like, at the end of the day, that's part of the service, like, just getting it done for y'all.
100%. So, but, before we sign off, your son, Logan.
Yeah.
He's 19 years old.
18
years old.
18 years old.
And he's got a bursary, you call it, for college where they pay for everything. What do they call that?
It's a scholarship.
Scholarship, yeah.
Full ride.
Yeah. And he's going to be stepping right into, is it football, huh?
Yes, sir. American football. Yes, sir.
American football.
Yeah, we'll see how he can do.
And but he's already, he's got a scholarship because of that.
Yep.
They pay all the fees.
Yep.
Which is about 1.2 million rand a year, about $60,000.
Yeah.
Isn't that marvelous? It's another big bonus for you.
Mm-hmm.
Income goes high. You can afford to buy better cars, bigger house, and maybe invest in South Africa.
That's what we're talking about.
So you reckon you'll be coming here?
Listen,
at least buy a little property here, so you can come 6 months of the year.
Chase the summer.
Spend it, yeah.
Chase the summer.
Exactly. But where you are in Atlanta.
Alabama.
Is that where you're staying right now?
Yeah, Birmingham, Alabama. Mm-hmm.
And that is where?
It's about 2 hours from Atlanta.
North?
West.
West, okay. Yeah, so it's still warm.
Oh, yeah, it's still very warm.
Yeah.
Well, but it's going to be cold right now. It's really cold right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's below freezing when we get back.
Oh, it doesn't get that, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
10 degrees centigrade. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit right now.
18. That's 40 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, it's about the coldest it gets here in winter in Cape Town.
Indeed.
Further up north, it gets a lot cold. It goes down freezing and below freezing, yeah. But good luck there with Logan in his venture out there. I believe there's students can earn
big money now.
It's in the millions of dollars.
Oh yeah. If things go the way they need to, yeah, he can really excel depending on how he moves to the next level. So we're looking forward to it. He's dedicated himself to it, and I'm proud of him. Every day.
Amazing. So the football he's going to play is American football?
Yes.
Okay. So when he gets really tough, he can come and try our rugby. Come and play for the Springboks.
There you go. Always overperform those Springboks, don't they?
Guys are so good, yeah. I listen, Americans are becoming really good at sport, especially rugby. They're going to be there. They do pretty well normally in the World Championships. Mm-hmm. They're getting very good at soccer now. Mm-hmm. And I've always said, in rugby, they could be the world champions because they've got all the big, brawny guys that can run fast. Mm-hmm. But they obviously go towards the professional sports that pay a lot more than rugby does. Mm-hmm. Rugby is probably the toughest sport out there. You're done by the time you hit 30.
Oh, yeah.
You're done.
Yeah. Your body's done.
Your body is done. So anyway... But Basham, it's been an amazing pleasure to have you on the program. I'm so happy to eventually get you here on the program. It's the first thing I said to myself when I started this thing. I need to get Bash on this program, man. And but I thought it was going to be impossible, and then boom, you surprised me.
Man, listen, I love you.
Have you slipped in and out of this country without telling me?
Never would have happened.
That would
never would have happened.
Man, I would have had no.
Oh no, I
don't
never
know
would
what I
have.
would have done.
I wouldn't break your heart like that.
No, it would have broken my heart. Exactly. And it's so nice to have met the rest of the family. Well, not all the family, but
Most of it.
most of them, yeah. And so I hope to be seeing you here soon. I'll probably also see you in America at some stage.
Yes.
I'll be coming over in the next couple of months.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Anytime you're in the States,
I'll
you
bring
let
my
me know.
pilot uniform with, and I can sit on the jump seat.
There you go. Come on.
Yeah. So I have to be current to.
Yeah. You gotta be current. You gotta work for a commercial airline. But I can get you in the Piaggio. How's that sound?
Yeah.
We go do some.
Yeah, you go single.
Yeah,
whatever.
single pilot. Yeah, you get in the left seat. I put you in the left seat. Let's go.
Man.
Let's go.
Yeah, it'll be something else. That's an amazing plane.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
I've learned a lot about that plane today. Okay, well, we're waiting for you in South Africa. It's been an absolute honor to have you on the program.
Thank you, Peter.
And I hope to get some more subscribers because of this. So, guys, don't forget, subscribe, share, like, whatever it is. Get on with you guys, and let's grow this program. And it's been an honor, and I may as well shake your hand again, mate.
All right.
Damn, this crushing hand.
I
this
know.
Strong beast. I'm getting old.
That's that old man strength.
Yeah. All right. Cheers. Goodbye.